Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? I am back a few days later and everything is still standing, which is great news. We had a massive, I'm talking massive storm front come through, huge high winds. Some people got injured and died. And so I'm glad to see that this is still standing. Down here in the woods, the trees give it, I think, a lot of protection, but everything's looking good. So to finish this project, I need to remove this front panel. I just kind of put it in place with a few screws. So I need to take that off. We already have it drawn for the door, so I'll cut that out, then put the siding on right there, then put the door on, and then the seat, and I'm done. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. It's just me out here. Okay, that was the most stupid thing that I've done in all my construction out here. I was thinking, oh, it'd be so much easier to cut the door out if I just went straight on through. I just cut a big chunk out of the facade on the front of the whole thing. So, looks like I'm gonna have a little line up there, whatever. Oh, that was so stupid. See, this is supposed to come all the way down. Yep. Bonehead move. It's not the end of the world, I suppose. I thought I was being so smart. I thought I knew everything I was doing was right. You see this little line right here? That's what I should not have done. I mean, it's just looks. That's all. So there's one little line there. I guess if that's my worst mistake, then I'm doing all right. I was talking to my daughter, Anna, yesterday because they had picture day at school for their class, so like the group picture. And she said she fell down at recess and got a little dirty, and she was so upset about it. And I told her, I said, ooh, almost fell. And I told her that if that's the worst thing that happened to you today, then I think you're doing okay. And I guess if that's the worst thing that happens today, I'll be okay too. It's amazing how many times we teach our children life lessons and we're really talking to ourselves. Am I right? So a little pro tip for you, if you're doing something that's not really like weight bearing or structural integrity related, use screws if you're by yourself. It's a lot harder to do it with a hammer and nails, I've found out. So I'm going to have these black screws. They're not really structural, but I'm going to use these on all the parts that are going to be covered by trim, and then I'm going to use kind of the brass looking ones. I think they look a little nicer for the parts that are going to be visible. Something else about using screws is that if for some reason you did something wrong, you can always back them out and adjust. I have about 1/4 of an inch gap on the side, which is about what you want. I already see one issue though. Whew. I don't have anything to push against on the inside, so this is about to fall. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, got it. Okay. All right, the front facade is done. It is in place. And what I did was, if you look over here, you're gonna see that it's just flush. It's flush right here, and which is what you want, but that gives no bite to where the door is going to wind up. So basically, I've added this piece of 2x2. I just cut it to size. I'm gonna make it flush with the inside board inside there, and that will let my door have something to butt up against to whenever it's closed. At least that's the idea. Moment of truth. Alright, so it's just sitting there. It's not screwed in yet. What I did was I took the piece that I cut off the bottom and I just stuck it there to give it that 1/4 of an inch rise off the ground. The main thing is that you see it's flush on this side. This side has a little bit of a gap. I need to move it that way. Make sure it's nice and flush on that side, and that'll give me that 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, whatever it is on this side, so that's easy to open and close. There we go. Oh, come on now. Doesn't get any better than that. Shoot, yeah. That is beautiful. But I'm going to find a door handle off of like a curved piece of wood over here. I think it'd give it a rustic look to the outhouse. Like this right here. That would probably work, don't you think? So I'll cut it off and see if I can make it work. Looks like a good door handle, don't you think? Oh, that looks great. This is the back side of the outhouse. I left a little hole down there for ventilation, but you see the line right in the middle. That's the fall line from the roofing. So water has just a little bit has seeped in down in there, and so I built this little shield that will help run the water further away, and I'm gonna build the dirt up a little bit there too, and so won't have any more problems with any water leaking in. Yeah. Okay, I've got the little drainage thing done on the back, so water will run right off the roof. It'll land about halfway, about right there, so on this front one, and it'll flow right away. Looking good. There are 3 final parts to completing the off-grid outhouse. I don't know why I call it off-grid outhouse, because probably all outhouses are off the grid, but I digress. I need to cut a piece of plywood down for the base of the seat. Then I need to cut a hole in the seat and mount the seat, and I need to put trim around all the edges. So I am running out of daylight. I have a ton more to film today. I don't know how I'm going to get it all done, but here we go. Final touches. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? All right, let's see how she fits. Beautiful. All right, she fits pretty good. I was a little hesitant that the plywood would be too thin, but it feels super sturdy, so. And I will say, with this clear plastic roof, it's about 15 degrees warmer in here, especially with the door shut. than it is outside. It's like a mini greenhouse, which is cool. Cool. Let's get this thing situated. I mean, look at it. Isn't it just so beautiful? I could cry. I feel like I need a piece up there. I'll do that at the end. I hope I have enough. Oh, yes! Okay, great news. Like always, I only bought the exact amount that I needed, but I was looking in my scrap pile and found a piece of 1x4, and it is 1/4 of an inch too long. So all I have to do is cut 1/4 of an inch off and boom. That'll look so much better.